Hey folks, welcome back to Field of Glory Empires. So, in that first episode, I was just kind of looking over the mechanics of the game, and I didn't look at everything, but I just wanted to kind of highlight some of the things in this game that I think make it stand out from the crowd when it comes to other grand strategy and kind of games like 4X and that kind of thing. I do think that there are mechanics in this game that really show that the pedigree of the great game design is very, very high. Now, I'm no expert in game design. I dabble in it a little bit. I like to comment on it. I have read up on it a little bit, but I'm not a games designer, okay? So I'm not claiming any expertise. I'm just a guy who likes to talk about video games on a podcast, basically. But in my humble opinion, I think this is one of the best grand strategy games that you can get, that I've played at least. And there are many, many, many games like this that I haven't played, including most of AGOD's other games, I've got to say. So I'd be interested to hear from people in the comments. Have you played any other AGOD games, and if so, do you like them? I was talking to Daz Tactic the other day, and he was saying that he finds them quite hard. He said, he goes, they're kind of a bit too difficult for me. And Daz is not he's no slouch at video games, so I'm kind of interested to hear what you think of their other games. But this was the first one that I came across, and I really like it. Okay. I'm going to carry on playing this game. So in the last episode, we tried to take Chalybia here, but we actually failed. And I think that part of the reason was that I didn't have enough troops. We're going to have to spend a few turns just getting these guys, they're getting their effectiveness and hit points back. They're not fit for combat right now. I'm also going to recruit some more units. I would like to get some javelin cavalry. These are really good to have on your flanks. Now, they're not going to be that useful for this battle. So I think we probably should take a hoplite, which is the most expensive. The javelin. Okay, this is going to be cheaper. So let's get these two up. We'll just get one, and then next turn we'll get the citizen hoplite. Hopefully, these will then the chariots. Oh, we need some archers as well. Now there aren't any. It looked like there weren't any of the Pontic archers. Oh no, these are too costly. What is the problem? Be the money, no doubt. Yeah, okay. So we need money. What we'll do is, instead of I'd actually rather have the Pontic archers than the cavalry for the time being. What's nice about the cavalry is that they will ride up on the flanks, and they get a bonus to chasing down fleeing units, which can be really, really useful. It's a shame we didn't get this turn. But I think I've got some bad dice rolls. We'll just blame the dice, shall we? Okay, there's not really much more we can do this turn. Now, if you want to, you can really kind of micromanage your, your infrastructure, the population, this kind of stuff. Yeah, it might be worth just putting a little bit extra into growth this turn. Looks like Shepherd House is going to come out next turn anyway, so that's a good thing. Okay, let's just roll the turn on. Lysimachos feels that Cheronesus or Cheronesus is a new objective for the armies of Pontus. Okay, so we've got to take this. This is Scythia. Now, the objective, I forget exactly how the objectives work. I think that you have a certain amount of time to take them, basically, and if you take them, you get a progress point. So they're useful. You've received a new regional decision: implant trade settlements. Okay, so you've got these regional decisions as well, and let me just have a look at them. So, for example, we've got one. These are basically like the stratagem cards in Shadow Empire, if you're familiar with that game, where they give you pay whatever resources that you've got available that it might require, right? So this one is going to require this decision will trigger in 2 turns, okay, and so it takes 2 turns to work. It's going to cost 100 money, and that's it, 100 gold. But this will build a harbour in one of your ports. So this allows you just to buy a harbour, basically, without having to wait for one to arrive in the in the randomised build tree. There's a whole bunch of stuff. One of them that's nice that you can do with Pontus here is implant trade settlements. This is a really, really interesting one where any Hellenic settlement, look, you see that it will trigger on any of these independent. In fact, I don't think it even has to be Hellenic. Yeah, so in the footsteps of ancient cities like Phocaia, who established Massalia in the southern Gaul. Well, Massalia is here, by the way, I think. Sorry, this one here. Yeah, Massalia. It's one of the minor nations, the Hellenic colony. In southern Gaul, or Miletius, who settled colonies in distant Colchis. Well, Colchis is here, I think. Unless this is a different Colchis. We should do the same in new places. If independent, the newly settled coastal region will become yours instantly. So this gives you a region, basically. And really, you probably want to grab... It might make sense to take one that is not Hellenic. Now, we could actually use it just to grab this straight away. It will cost manpower as well as money. This is a really good one. But since we struggle to take by conquest non-Hellenic regions, it might be a good idea to play it on some of the others. Anyway, that's worth saving up for later. There's other stuff we can do. We can like prospect for resources. So this can sometimes give you a new resource, a natural resource. So these are little things you can basically use. You can buy for certain effects essentially. Okay. And yeah, right. I think we're pretty much good to go. We don't want to be building anything else. We've only got these two provinces, or these two regions, so let's go. So the game just kind of like runs through the AI turns now. And if there's anything going on, you'll see like enemy army movements, ship movement, that kind of thing. Okay, we actually went up 9 in the CDR ranking, which means we are almost in to this top faction ranking here. Okay. Let's have a look at the state of that army. Yeah, that's not that strong, is it? Okay. By the way, I think our ruler is called Lysimachos. Lysimachos feels that Lycia is a new objective for the armies of Pontus. Okay. So, let me just have a look at this. Yeah, look, Lysimachos is actually the ruler of Pontus. I was a bit confused because there's also the Lysimachos will also be one of the Diadochi who rules these guys. Okay. Several signs tell us that the next few months will be particularly harsh for men and crops. And you've received a new regional decision, liberate region. Okay. So we've got this. If we take this, well, this is actually good that this has become an objective because we're going to take that anyway. Let's just have a look at our army. Yeah, we've got to wait a few more turns for the hit points to go back up. If we can. Yeah, we need to wait. I want some Pontic archers, and they're kind of expensive. So what we need to do, I think. I've also got the pirate ships too. I've got to build those. Let's get these guys. We'll get these guys raiding. Colchis is a good place to raid. So let's move them here, and you hit raid here, look. And what happens is that army then will travel out here, it will raid. Sometimes they win, sometimes they lose. If they lose, they just have to go back to port and regenerate, because they'll end up with damage just like the army, where they lose effectiveness and hit points. If they win, they'll get a whole bunch of cash. Okay, and also Calibia is... Which one's that one? Oh yeah, sorry, that's this one already. You received a new regional decision, liberate region. Okay, we'll check that out in a minute. We don't really have the money for these regional decisions yet. Next turn, the garum shop will go up, and we've completed the shepherd house. All right, so let's see what else we can build here. Let's just get some people back in. Now, look, even if we take everybody off growth, we've now got enough growth buildings that we're actually going to get a small amount of population growth. You probably want to put some slaves in there anyway. Next thing we could put up would be food. A farm, sorry, which would give us 12 food, which will include the 2 bonus we get from wool and from cattle. It will reduce our infrastructure by 1, but this is a good one to put up early if we can. We've also got the smokehouse. Again, same job. We can also get the brickworks, which is 5 infrastructure. Now this will just give you infrastructure points, so this is worth getting if you can get it. Armourer, it gives you 31 equipment. We do need to trade for the leather though, which is why it's saying money -9 there. But this will give you a load of equipment, and we've also got the iron and the flax. So this is a big amount of equipment we would get. That is good. The problem is it's just the money, and so we really need to get the leather before we put that up, until we've got people working in this, and then it kind of offset the amount of money that's going to cost. We've got the craftier district, which gives you 7. Just gives you a flat out 7 money, and it gives you a commerce bonus. This is also really, really good. We've got a good roll here. And then we've got the street parlor, which is 3 money and 6 culture. And we're missing on 3 bonus money and 5 culture for papyrus. So we haven't got any papyrus. I'm tempted to go for the farm here. So I think that's what we're going to do. Now we could get the farm out in 7 turns. I think that's probably the way to do it. No. Wow, growth in 3 turns. Okay, we could get growth in 4 turns, and then 11 turns the farm would come up. That might be better. Growth in 5 turns. Yeah, let's get the new population out, and then we'll put everything into the farm. Yeah, something like that. And in fact, we could even build either culture, or we could build up money here. We don't have any cultural output here, and you really want culture, because the bigger your population gets, the more revolt risk you've got. So you kind of want to work on culture. Obviously, getting money is also really helpful, especially when we're trying to afford troops. Yeah, these guys are going to be able to defend quite well. Let's just have a look at those skirmishes. Yeah, they work quite well in, they can fight quite well in the terrain that we're fighting into here, into the mountains. Anyway, I don't want to spend too long on these turns. There's not that much to think about. We've got 3 turns until the garum shop comes out in Polomonia. I thought that was actually coming out next turn. Yeah, I think I'm gonna rush that if we can. Yeah, we'll rush for the growth in this one. Yeah, the last time I played this, I actually got hold of Calibia in the first turn, or the first couple of turns. Looks like we've got to be quick, because Armenia seems to be moving in. We don't want to be going to war with them unless we have to. Okay, Pontus has actually moved up now into the first and the top third of the CDR, and we've actually got a progress token, look, which is great news. Under the wise rule of Lysimachos, Pontus civilization is progressing. So the progress tier is reached, which I just showed you. So this shows you the HVCV, historical culture value. So the ratio at the moment is 19/3. So our culture is growing pretty quick. This is good. Even if you've got a very small nation in this game, you can actually end up quickly, kind of quickly going up in the culture rankings. And so you can start getting legacy points quite fast. This game is not just about war, which I really, really like. Okay. Colchis was raided by Pontus, and the invaders managed to plunder some towns. Okay, there we go. So we actually got a bunch of cash in this turn. Yeah, I didn't tell us exactly how many credits, how much gold we got, but yeah, we got a decent amount. Regional commerce 10, 27 minus 24. Okay, previous turn total. So we went up by 24. So we should have had, what's that, 45. So we got 33, I think, from that. And yeah, we can carry on. Let's move up the coast, and we'll carry on raiding. Okay, you've received a new regional decision, naval support. I'll look at that shortly. Pontus has received a progress token. Okay, so we've got one of the progress tokens. Then when we get 5 of those, I think it's 5, then you will go up to the next level, and it gives you big bonuses. Okay. Yeah, saying growth in 3 turns. Growth in 4 turns here, and the next turn we should get the garum shop up. There we go. Let's have a look at the state of this army. Okay, this army's looking okay. Let's get the Pontic archers again. They are expensive, these guys. We can also get some more hoplites. And then the following turn we'll get the light javelin cavalry, I think. Let's just check that. Yeah, we want, I think it's combat with 5, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so we want 1 more citizen hoplite. And we want some more archers if we can get them, and the chariots will be there for mopping up. So we don't really need the the cavalry. We'll be able to attack next turn, I think, providing that the rest of the army is kind of fully rested. Yeah, they need their hit points to recover. Okay. A wealthy citizen, pleased by a fair rule in Polomonia, donated some money to speed up the current building construction. Okay, so we actually got a bunch of points there for infrastructure, so that should have sped up the garum shop. Yeah, it's looking good to me. Okay. So next turn we should be able to go to Calibia. Yeah, looks like the Armenians, they actually took this province here, Lyris in Armenia Minor. So they've gone to try and take their whole province. I'm trying to get my head around the whole region and province thing. I always get them mistaken in Total War as well. So, okay. Let's have a look at the state of this army. Yeah, they look like they're fully repaired. Let's get these guys moving in then. Now, unfortunately, we don't have the best general. Oh, we've got Philodime. He's got an offense rating of 2. His health is very good. He's also got flanker, but this is only available in open terrain. Still, he's better than the leader that we've got at the moment. I think this takes a turn to come through, if I remember right. No, it doesn't say though. I think he's immediately there. That's fine. I think you can change it in one turn. It's when you're in another region away from your capital, then it will take time for the leaders to come through. Okay, the combat power is 43, so we should win this now. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they've got 9 as well. But we should have. I'm fairly sure we should win this one now. We've got more hoplites. They're not the best hoplites, but we've got a better general. And the offense rating too is quite a big improvement. Ampsalius saw an invasion by Pontus. The local militia was beaten and some pillaging occurred. Okay, so we did get some extra money there. You've received a new regional decision. Forage the land. Okay, let's get these. Looks like Colchis have got a fleet here, so we better move. Where can we go? We can fly. We can sail quite a long way. Sarmatia. Population 1. Now, Lysimachos would be a good bet. The thing is, we're going to go to war with Lysimachos fairly soon anyway, so I don't really care. The problem is that they are quite strong, so that might not be the best place to go. We might be able to take it from this province. It's got 3 population. Byzantium would be a good one if you can get it. The problem is it's quite a strong province. Maybe we try taking this one here, Bithynicum. So again, yeah, we're going to make sure they're raiding. Okay, let's see what we're going to build in Polomonia here. Let's just get some people actually working in here. A farm would be good. Getting farms up like right across the board is really, really helpful at the start of the game. We've also got the option to build a blacksmith, which is going to give us 3 infrastructure, which includes a bonus of 5 from the iron, 6 money and 3 metal. This would be good. This would be useful, but we don't need the metal yet necessarily. Fortune teller gives you money and a loyalty bonus. Stables will unlock cavalry, so this will unlock medium and heavy cavalry. That could be quite useful. I think though I want to go for the farm because we don't have a farm building here, and we do. I think. Hold on a minute. I think we've got wool. Yeah, we got wool. Have we got cattle though? Let me just have a look here. We would need cattle. I'm sure we must be able to trade some from around here somewhere. There's horses. There we go, cattle. 1, 2, 3. So we can actually trade cattle here from Galatia. Although we will be at war with those eventually. So yeah, we want to try and get our own cattle if we've not got it already. I forget whether we have or not. Nope, doesn't look like it. I've got the shepherd house though. Okay, that's where we get the wool from. Alright folks, that's going to be about it. Oh, wait, we've got one more hoplite coming out. Yeah, let's not attack with those yet. Let's wait for this. Let's wait this one turn for the hoplite. Sorry, I remember that was what I was going to do. We might also be able to get one more one more troop out. One more hoplite, or we could get some more Lydian archers. And we get the cavalry as well. Okay, we're going to be a little bit too low on money there. You can negative spend, by the way, and you don't really want to do that. We're going to get 20 next turn. Right, we're going to be minus 11. The problem is with that is you will get. Well, hopefully we'll take it over the course of the turn with the raiding. We're going to gamble on that. I think we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, because I'd like to get a larger force up than what they've got there. Alright, next turn. What's nice about playing someone like Pontus, by the way, is because they're quite a small force. Oh, look, they've got an army there. I wonder if they will defend against the pirate attack. Yeah, what's nice about playing a small nation like Pontus is you get to experience what the game is like playing with a really, quite a small set of playing pieces at the start of the game, and then seeing your empire build up. And Pontus can become very, very powerful, by the way. I've played these guys a few times. Okay, market owned by Paphlagonia has been destroyed by Pontus. Wow. Okay, and Paphlagonia saw a mighty invasion by Pontus. After crushing the local militia, pillaging and murders followed. Wow, we took a lot of money there. Look, 134. So this was a really good raid. So this is why Pontus are a really interesting faction. They get access to these pirate ships, and they, even though you are kind of sort of weak at the start of the game, you get kind of crappy generals. These ships really do help you. You have to use them carefully though. Yeah, these guys are ready to go still. So I think what we'll do is we'll sail them down the coast. Got Bosphorus here. Maybe what do we got here? Yeah, maybe we sail them up to here to Palus Myotis. Myotis. Palus Myotis. Sorry folks, I'm not really good at saying these names. You have received a new regional decision to recruit hoplite mercenaries. Okay, let's have a look at that one. Hellenes mercenaries abound for kings generous enough to hire these formidable warriors. We'll recruit 2 hoplite mercenaries in the targeted region. Okay, this would be nice. They are decent armoured hoplites. The problem is we don't quite have enough money. We could probably wait until next turn. Let's just have a look at our force here. Okay, we've got the hoplites here. We've got 2 Pontic archers, Lydian archer, 2 war chariots. I think that should be enough now. Now these guys are going to defend with 10. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, I've got plenty of cash. It's just the equipment that we don't have that much of. Yeah, let's just not, instead of getting the Lydian archers, let's get the Pontic archers. The Pontic archers are better. Okay. And actually, I think I'd rather have a hoplite. Yeah, we've got a stack of 10. They've got a stack of 10. Let's try and attack with what we've got, but we will build the other troops. We'll want them anyway, and then if we fail, then we can always come back and, we can come back and and heal up. Okay, let's have a look at this region here, the region of Amnius. Okay, we're still building the farm there. 2 turns until growth. Yeah, I think we'll just keep it like this. We don't need to be making money, so let's get him working in the infrastructure. In fact, actually, I'll go for the cultural output. Again, we're building a farm here. Yeah, I'll just keep. Still 2 turns. Okay, we'll do it like that. Okay, let's go. Yeah, a little bit of a slow start for me with Pontus, but look, it's not a race. The game is not necessarily a race. Okay, so look, the Hellenic independence, they got no general. They got a combat power of 27 with 10 units. And we've got a combat power of 48, but we've got a general with attack 2. So this should be better. Let's have a look and see what happens. There we go. Here's the range phase. Okay, that was good. It's a shame that we didn't tire any of the hoplites on the front, but I think we've got a better set of units here. Okay, they've got a better attack rating already. Now they've got the terrain defense, of course. It was a draw that time. Okay, that's not bad for us. We lost this one. Lost that battle as well. Wow, those javelins killed the hoplites. That's interesting. Don't see that so often. But we won on the middle right here. And we won on the right flank. Okay, those guys... Oh, they chased us off again. Okay, so the way that works is they basically got more points than us. So, yeah, again, we got beaten. I'm quite surprised by that again. Like, I think I'm just getting some kind of crappy luck. Alright, but there we go. We'll be sent back to Polemonia with our tail between our legs, and we'll have to go and regenerate that army. I am tempted just to send them straight back in there, but I want to see what state these guys are in. Yeah, their front line's wrecked. Our front line will be pretty bad too. Now, let's just merge these armies. So you select the base one. So you select the one you want to merge in, and you click on merge, and then the base army. Before... Yeah, I'm going to send these guys straight back in and attack them before they get a chance to regenerate, to heal up. Everything else is looking good. We're just building these farms here. Scythia was raided by Pontus, but the defense easily okay, they fought us off. Our effectiveness has gone down a little bit. Let's bring them back into the port just for a turn, and we'll bring that back. Okay. Yeah, I'll get this growth out this turn. If we can get our first province up, that would be good. Let's see what happens with this battle this time. Okay, we've got 60 combat power against their 15 combat power, so we should win this now. Well, let's see what happens, because we have been defeated before in this mountainous terrain. Okay, right, so our hoplites on the front were exhausted. That's, again, kind of unlucky, but we exhausted the rest of their troops. I think we should be able to get this one. Okay, so we won convincingly in the middle there. We got quite a decent roll, and they got a really bad dice roll. We also managed to discard the dice roll and get another one. So draw in the centre there. Okay. Oh, and the chariots rode down those javelins on the right flank. Again, we won in the centre. I think we've got this one now, folks. Just have a look at the total rating. No, that's not what I was looking for. I'm trying to find out where it tells you the total score that it's adding up. Anyway, we won that one. So finally we've taken the province. So after being beaten back twice, this is what I really like about this game, right? You've got to really pay attention to the combat modifiers in the game. Okay, that was a bit more convincing. It only took a better general and a better, you know, a whole bunch of fresher units essentially be able to win that one. Okay, we've got another progress token. Look, this is good. So I'm spending a little bit of money on your culture spending some effort raising your culture in the early game is really, really helpful. Okay, looks like there's a blizzard, so we can't move in this region. Calibia has been added to our nation. We took it from the grip of Hellenic independence. Lysimachos is satisfied. Objective region Calibia has been conquered by the armies of Pontus, +1 progress token. Oh, okay, so we didn't get it randomly. We got that for the conquest. In the reign of Lysimachos, Judea has been declared a new objective for the might of Pontus. Okay, this happens every single time. For some reason, they want you to take Judea in Palestine. So, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Not only is it part of the Antigonids Empire. Now, if Antigonos dies and the Antigonids kind of start falling apart, then that's possible. And by the way, Pontus has got a good, you know, because of the ability to build decent navies with Pontus, that's possible. We can do that. But we got to wait for a little while first. Okay, what do we got here? Now, Calibia is a Hellenic region. But this is the ethnicity of these people is mostly Caucasian. Food is a bit of a problem, but they are building a shepherd house, which should come out next turn by the looks of it. And we're working to build culture as well. That's probably wise early on, because you'll see that the base region loyalty is being dropped from population and from regional modifiers. Okay, so that will start to build up gradually. Region Polymonia is receiving 1 slave after a battle in Calibia. So right, when you win battles, you actually send slaves back to your nation. Now, the more slaves you have, the more chance you've got of a revolt, basically. So there are certain buildings that you can build, like the slave trader, or the slave market, where you can start distributing your slaves more evenly around, and you can sell them and buy them and that kind of stuff. I think you can sell them at least. I think you might be able to buy them, but I can't quite remember now. Okay, so we're mostly building farms at the moment. Okay, we got an extra population point here as well. Yeah, let's try and get this one out fast. Can be 5 turns. 4 turns. Yeah, let's rush this farm here. We'll worry about population growth later. That once the farm's up, we can start distributing these guys a little bit more evenly. Okay, let's just roll the turn on. Oh, we do need to check on our pirate ships. There they are. They're back to their effectiveness. Should we attack Scythia again? They were quite tough, weren't they? let's send it back there anyway. We've actually got one potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 places they can attack. So they've got to pick a 6. I don't know quite how it determines where they attack. I don't know if that's random or not. I don't think you have any control over it, certainly. So I assume that it's random. I don't know if it just picks the, you know, the kind of wealthiest province to go for. Interesting seeing how Bosphorus here, they've got a fleet up already. Okay, we're still climbing up in the CDR table. We're doing quite well. And we're not doing too badly in the rankings as well. We're a little bit under halfway. Ah, I didn't put them on raid, my bad. Okay, let's figure out where we can go next. Now this is owned by Armenia. Anatolia here is owned by is a Hellenic nation. So let's get these guys. These are hills. Let's move them back here first, and we'll pick up the other troops that we can build. We'll defend with approximately 8 units. Frontage is 8. So let's just check this army. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we need another couple of infantry units on the front. So let's get some more. Yeah, we'll just get the citizen hoplites up. Yeah, so that gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 if you include the war chariots on the front line. And then in the back we've got one, yeah. Probably also get up some light cavalry if we can. These are good for running down enemy units. Now we don't really running them down. Like generally speaking, if that's happened, you've won. So you're not going to worry too much about that. You know, when you're just taking over independence. But they do also, if they get around the edge of the enemy, they will do a flanking attack too. Okay. Yeah. Oh, okay. So we've actually built the shepherd house here. What else can we get to build? Okay, we've got the flax field, clear water, public works, weapons depot. That might be good. We can build an anchorage. Money 6, siege resist 1. Okay, this is also good to build. Flax is good, but I mean, we can import flax elsewhere. So if we just have a look at the trade. Yeah, there's going to be a few places that got flax around here, but it's nice to have it yourself. Flax is, I forget what flax is used in now. Just to remind myself. Yeah, well, actually, I think flax, if I remember right, it's something to do with sailing. No, I might be hemp you need for the sailing, for the harbours. That was right. I forget what flax is for now. Yeah, it's going to give us this equipment stockpile of 30. We've also got the tavern. This is going to give us a little bit of cash, but almost barely anything. I like how it says wine and laughs. Let's go for the weapons depot so we can start building up our equipment. I think that I kind of neglected that in the last game. Okay, here we go. Hold on, let me just check the. Yeah, these guys are on raid. So each turn is a year, and as you can see, you know, the turns can go by quite quickly, or relatively quickly. I think if you try to play this game as a map painting game, you can have success doing it like that. Look, we've gone even further up CDR. We're almost at the top. This is really nice. So we're kind of behind Athens, Achaia, Anatolia, and then Pontus. Now, like I say, you get, I think it's a 33% chance to get a progress token every turn. I think that's it's been a year since I've read the manual, but I think it was something like that. Okay, let's get Pontus Army 2 merged into Pontus Army. Now, the larger your army, by the way, the more food it's going to be using. So you need to make sure, look, we've got a forage value of 5 there, so we can forage for 5 points of food. But we're going to rely on any foods that we find once we get in there. But let's move these guys in. It's saying that they're going to defend with 7 units, so I think we've got by far a big enough army here now. Scythia saw an invasion by Pontus. This was Cappadocia. The local militia was beaten and some pillaging occurred. Okay. We really do rely on this income at the start of the game. You've received a new regional decision. Bolster colony. Let's have a look at this one. Hellenis mercenaries are bound for kings generous enough to hire. Oh no, sorry, that's the wrong one. Bolster colony. Bolster a border region not having more than 5 population, providing it is adjacent to a tribe. The targeted region will receive 2 population points, a palisade, a shepherd house, and 2 skirmishes of your nation. Very handy to kickstart a region of potential importance. This could be used nicely in conjunction with the implant trade settlement. This is a really good card. This is a really good decision, but we can't play it yet because we don't have quite enough money. One more turn until we've got this coming out. The farm. And 2 more turns until this farm comes out. Oh, okay, so rich citizens of Polymonia actually donated 15 money to the state. I missed that, actually. Okay, here we go. We've got 84 combat power against their 16. This should be fairly easy by the looks of it. Yeah, look, we've actually automatically got a flanking attack on these guys, on this side at least. So let's just watch this. I'm just going to put it on continuous play. Oh, we absolutely wrecked them with our archers as well. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we've outright run every battle so far. Yep, easy job. Easy job. Okay, we completely annihilated them. It doesn't often happen. Okay, so complete annihilation, and yeah, we did lose a little bit of effectiveness in some of our troops, but not many. In fact, just 1, I think. Oh, 2 if you include the chariots. Great stuff. Now, remember, when they are Hellenic regions, we can take them without getting any decadence problems. You know, without any decadence penalties. Now, we did drop down 7 in the culture and decadence ranking. Partly that will be because we just took another province. Regional decisions. It seems you have not played a regional decision yet. Okay, so you can hit the R button as the shortcut. Regional decisions are a handy set of tools to alleviate issues in your nation. Be sure to try them. But beware, they all have a cost. Okay, yeah, I know about that. Pass a law. So a new decision is available. This is different to the regional decisions, okay? Pass a law that will increase land taxes, although discontent will occur amongst our citizenry. You can save that for later if you want, but let's just have a look at it now. Okay, so we can heavily tax all regions. Loyalty will fall in many regions for a significant number of turns. It falls everywhere by 15 for 8 turns. We will tax moderately. So it will fall by 8 for 4 turns. Land tax law with exemptions. We'll tax heavily the allied cities and preserve our core citizens. This quite unfair treatment will cause widespread discontent. Regions mostly made of citizens of our main ethnicity risk nothing. Other regions net extra money but lose 15 loyalty for 15 turns. Okay, and then we got the labour tax. Our wealthy citizens have played their due pieces. Now the poor must work for the state. Each citizen working in agriculture or infrastructure has a 20% chance of gaining a +1 permanent unrest modifier. You'll get 5 food or 5 infrastructure points for each citizen in these 2 jobs when applied to regions under siege. Okay, so here's an interesting one. I'm just going to go for the mining land tax law just so that we don't reduce our, we don't have a reduction in loyalty too low, because we have actually just taken a couple of places. All right, in our new place we're building flax. Ah, awesome. All right, so I'm glad we didn't go for that with this one. We are actually getting flax field up here already in Phonacia. Okay, that's just telling us we got that place. Tenatus was raided by Pontus and the Interloper was soundly defeated. Okay, so we're going to have to move these guys back. Yeah, okay, let's bring them back to the Pirate Cove. You've received a new regional decision, disperse slaves. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 slaves here. I remember why it shows you the population. Oh, there we are. Yeah, so you get a health bonus look for population growth. This is what I was looking for earlier. So the 5% food health bonus means you get a 3 food discount for the next population growth. And the food needed for next population is 49. So building up health is good to do, and you want to do it gradually as you go. You want to focus mostly on I tend to focus mostly on population growth to start off with, and then start moving into some of the other stuff. Okay, let's have a look what we can build here. We can get a hemp field, which will give us food. If we had tar, we'd also get a bonus of 5 money. Now we can import this one, but that might be useful. Hemp's kind of useful. Which one is hemp used in? Yeah, it's used in making paper. We might want that one later. We've also got the monolith, by the way. Now this increases your decadence, but increases culture by a lot. So if you're being careful with the way you're growing your empire, right? Look, we've actually got a ratio of 5:1. Okay, so our ratio is really high. So we could easily stand to build a monument here. At the moment, we can go for public works, which doesn't take any building slots, and it also gives you infrastructure. Infrastructure is quite useful. It's part of the game. Sanitation is going to give you more of a health bonus. The castrum equitatum. Yeah, castrum equitatum. Horsemen trade and gather here, allowing for improved light cavalry. Okay. So this gives you a 10% bonus experience when you're making light cavalries. I'm not so bothered about that. Also, we need horses and we don't have them. The furnace is pretty useful. Money and metal. We need coal, but we're also getting iron. Local good trade costs 0 money. So this is going to give us money and metal. That's also good. I think I'm going to go for the hemp field here. Hang on, let's just see if there's anywhere else that's got the hemp field up. No. Oh, there's one here, look. Sorry, here. This is Seleucus, which is owned by the Antigonids. Sorry, this is owned by the Antigonids. Ah, I see what's happening. These guys are fighting. So, Seleucus and Antigonus are fighting here. So, I guess, yeah, that one's in flux. Interesting. There's a hemp field here as well at Colchis. Yeah, we should probably start looking to where we're going to go next. Now, I'm tempted to attack Paphlagonia. The problem is you will be at war with the Lysimachos here. Now, Lysimachos looks like they're fighting Macedonia as well. So, yeah, that could be, like, fighting Lysimachos early might be a bad idea. But if they're already at war with Macedonia or Macedonia, then we might be able to get away with it. Alternatively, we could find some Hellenic provinces on the coast and try to go for those. Or we could just be happy with what we've got and try to build up from here. Okay, so Polymonia. Growth in 2 turns. Yeah, maybe I'll go for the hemp field. Let's try and get as many resources up here as we can. Because our growth's going quite nicely as well anyway. Can we get that in 1 turn? No. Saying 2 turns and we get growth in 1 turn. We do need to put a little bit more into cash, into money at the moment, but we'll rely on our pirates for that. Okay, here in Calibia. Ah, no, the orchard would give us like 10 food. It's pretty good. Yeah, we got the weapons depot up there. Stables would give us cavalry, which also gives you infrastructure, which is cool. Got another pirate cove, which we don't really need. Street parlour is money and culture. That's pretty good. I think I'm going to go for the orchard, though, so we get more growth up. The faster we get the growth, the better. Yeah, so we can get that up in 3 turns. Okay, and we're just I would usually, if you can, have somebody working in culture. Cultural development is really important. If you skip that and you start slipping into decadence, it's a bit of a problem. Okay, let's go. I might have left that army in that province a little bit too long. Looks like the Seleucids and the Antigonids are fighting down here. It's a shame we've not got any more progress tokens. We've been in the top ranking for quite a while. We've not got any extra progress tokens. We did get one early though. Okay, we've got the emergency levy decision. That's useful if you're under attack. Health of the ruler Lysimachos, age 54, has degraded to fair. Okay, so he's getting older. You've received a new regional decision. Art of siege. The art of besieging or Poliorcetes is known by the best generals, and when besieged is also useful to resist the enemy for as long a time as possible. This decision will assist the besieger or besieged, depending if you play it offensively or defensively, with several possible effects, some depending on your general's prowess. Okay, so the region must be under siege for you to play this one. Interesting. Yeah, we've got the dispersed slaves. We probably should use some of these. Liberate region. The targeted region is abandoned. If it had been the previous seat of power of a now defeated nation, the people there might recreate it. If not, a small independent kingdom will appear. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, this is going to cost you legacy points. So you can, like, legacy is your kind of game score. So you can sacrifice your game score to kind of, you know, to cause this effect of creating an independent place. That's kind of interesting too. I assume you can play it on your own places as well. Okay, let's get these pirate ships out. We probably should get some more of these, by the way, while we've got the money. How much do they cost? Not a lot. Their upkeep's quite heavy, though. Yeah, they've got a lot of upkeep, so they've got to be paying for themselves, basically. Yeah, we're not making much money either. Let's get 2 up there. Meanwhile, we'll get these guys out. We'll go and raid Lysimachos. In fact, actually, I might do it here in Byzantium. Make sure they're set to raid. If we can actually raid those, that would be good. The more ships we've got, the better, by the way. The governor of Amnius had to declare a state of emergency after a sudden epidemic. Okay, yeah, we need to get some health buildings up here. We don't have any at all. Okay, so we've got the that was the farm that just went up, I think. So look, we're actually getting growth now over 7 turns, even without anyone working in the fields. Well, you know, without any extra working. We've got a guard tower here. Craftier district would give us money. We've got the tavern, which, oh, this is a good one to build here, look. So the money would be 10 because we're getting a bonus from cattle and from olive oil and from honey. All of the resources are satisfied. We would need wine, so we've got to trade for the wine, but this is really worth getting here. So yeah, we're going to get that up in 3 turns. Yeah, let's get that up as quickly as we can. So we need to make some money as well. Let's get some guys working here. Yeah, that's going to be 6 turns. 4 turns for the tavern. Okay, I'll balance it out like that, I think. I do want to keep getting people. I want to keep 1 citizen working in culture at all times. You could probably be a little bit more efficient than that, but that'll do for me. Okay, here in Phoenicia, let's get... We've got a flax field up. We get the hemp field there, look. Also a guard tower, craftier district. Theatre for culture. We've got the salt house. This gives us food and health. It's actually quite a good health bonus there. We've also got the infrastructure here. Guard tower, garrisons 3, slot usage 0. This would come up next turn. Just reduce your manpower and your yeah. So we don't want that yet. We're not planning on going to war with the Antigonids yet, and I don't think they'll attack us. Now, if we can get more hemp, we can sell it, and I think the more you've got, the more you sell. I think that's kind of how it works anyway. And by the way, you can at any point you can jump into the trade details, and you can see where you're actually selling these things to if you are selling anything. Yeah, we're not actually. It doesn't look like we're actually exporting anything at the moment. But this would be worth getting this up just so that we can get more food anyway. All right, gosh, man, does the time fly when you're playing this game? Guys, I'm going to have to end the episode because it's been nearly 50 minutes and YouTube will hate me if I do a long video. So, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this, by the way. As you can see, I intended to do a half-an-hour video and I've been playing for 50 minutes nearly. So this is just how into this game I can get. I can play this all day long if I have the opportunity. I hope you're enjoying the series, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments, and you know, yeah, just give me some feedback, man. I always like feedback. Thanks, guys. Take care.